Wow, it's so much more clear today. So I'm in Chicago, and man, y'all should have seen it yesterday. Like, it don't look nearly as bad. I really can't even see it at the moment, probably in open areas. It was so smoky yesterday. Like, it straight up looked like Snoop Dogg was just blowing trees down, going through every block. Like him and Wiz Khalifa was having like a smoke out everywhere in Chicago. Straight up like how it looked. The air quality is horrible. Still very unhealthy, says the weather. I got put. I actually want to put my headphones in. 1 second, guys. My boy's using the bathroom. Plus, I want to get my headphones in so I can be heard better. Then I'm gonna pick up after my dog. My dog, because I'm a good owner like that. Some of these assholes out here. My dog will literally smell like the other dog shit that didn't get picked up, and it'll like just pee on their shit. I'm like, you trying to like clean their poop. It's hot out though. I swear I've been complaining about the weather for the last like month. I mean, I don't like hot or cold, but it's 91 degrees, and then even when like humidity's higher and stuff like that, because I feel like it's also been just real humid and other stuff. Like, it's always something, it seems like, and it just makes the air quality worse. It makes it hotter, feels hotter. But in other news, I've been going back into the gym more, feeling great. Like, honestly, it's one of those things that I feel like I just constantly look forward to going to the gym. And sometimes I feel like it's going to take a couple of months to just feel that way. And I feel like very quickly I just kind of got in that routine a little bit, even though some days I want to go and I don't always get to. Don't get me wrong. But by the way, I'm getting a little more people in here, man, y'all been affected by the Canadian forest fire? My heart, if y'all in Canada, my heart truly goes out to all y'all, because I'm in Chicago. Oh look, nice little stuff right there. And it was so bad yesterday. I couldn't imagine, to my family out in Michigan and all that, which I don't really got any current family in Michigan, but from my dad's side and his dad's side, we're kind of from Michigan and we're from Canada apparently, which I don't know how that traces back, but we're predominantly German and apparently Canadian. But I just got so much love to everybody, because look, it's nice out now, and it's still very unhealthy air quality if you look at like the weather, but it looks 10 times better. Like, it was bad yesterday. Like, you could smell it. A couple rooms in my house, had a weird smell, and I just feel bad for the people directly dealing with it. I was watching videos of people in Canada, literally like fires right next to them and all that, and I just can't believe that. Like, I feel bad for all the animals and the people out there dealing with it firsthand, because I feel like a lot of us in America are talking about, oh, this sucks for us, look what this smoke is doing and shit. A lot of us are just complaining, but we're not thinking about the people that are just dealing with this stuff firsthand. So as I just talk about what's going on, how it looks in Chicago, I just want to not forget the people that are truly dealing with this stuff firsthand, the animals, the people. And I very much think America should have stepped in and helped. Canada has always, I feel like, kind of like helped us with little things. Well, I can't say little, but I'm talking about like sending planes to help and things like that. And I don't know, I feel like that's kind of messed up that we don't. But going back on talk about like the fitness and everything. So I've been going back into the gym. So yesterday I stopped at one of my supplement shops, a local shop that I go to. It's in Norwich, if you're familiar with Chicago, Hip Mall. And I remember back in the day when I used to get it, because I've been working out. Like, I was originally started maybe about like 10, 11 years ago, but I was very just on and off. Getting a call, let me ignore that real quick. And You know, I feel like every decent proteins you would always look for about that dollar a serving. I know everything goes up in price, but man, I'm looking at literal jugs that have 20, 25 servings going for like $50. And I'm sure they're charging a little more. Oh, he's in the bathroom. Y'all gonna have to give me a second. I'm gonna put this down. I don't want to show you all that, but also I gotta be a good owner and pick up after my boy Bane. And let me put I have to show up real quick. And it's like, I obviously don't want to complain. I understand like they got to make money. They're in the business for it and all that. I just can't believe that protein's kind of at a point of being $1.50 to a little over $2 per serving. And I think, oh my gosh, I almost needed 2 bags for this. And I just kind of can't believe that. Like, and some of the protein I used to buy, like, if you see my videos, I'll talk about like BioWhey sometimes. I was a big fan of that because it kind of seemed like Rule 1, but it was a little cheaper. And I felt like it was maybe a little better, maybe not. I don't know, it's close. But man, those prices went up. And then I noticed, I think it was one of them or both of them, they added concentrates in their protein. And I just kind of don't mess with that much. Like, I feel like they had a better quality protein before, and then now they're cheaping out and they're adding concentrated protein. And then what they do is they'll have concentrated protein and then they'll have like isolated. So it's a really fast digesting, and then with the concentrate, I don't know. I just feel like that's just being cheaped out. Like, you're gonna cheap out and then you're gonna charge me $2 serving. And I got this one, I'll show y'all. It was pretty decent though, 30 servings. It had the same kind of label that they had, a lot of the other ones. And about 25 grams of protein. And it was like $33. Then I got a couple single servings of a pre-workout for me to try, because I'm kind of debating on what pre-workout I want to get. I actually have some I Am God from Insane Labs that I've had for a minute. That's still good. I've also had Blood Bath, but I guess I must have lost it either before I moved or during my move. You know, fortunately, a lot of the supplements I have, I actually had from when I tried working out and getting back in the groove about a year ago, and I just didn't sustain it. So I gotta say, man, if you're having issues going to the gym, let's say, I was like, especially if it's a payment thing, a money thing, look into Planet Fitness. I know what y'all gonna say. I'm really not a big fan of it, even the one I go to, but it's free for kids all summer. And if you're a parent, you get the first month free. Then it's $15 a month for that gym, or go to anyone for like $25. So I'm doing that just to kind of let me get back into the groove of working out and everything. And then I actually plan to join a little more of a hardcore kind of gym that's closer to my house when the summer's over with. Just more weights, more things to do. It would like, so I feel like by then I will need to up what I'm doing a little more, but just in addition, it's just a bit much to like, I mean, not much, it's, well, it's like, it's a bit much to not have all the stuff I want to use. And then when the gym's full, since the gym's small at Planet Fitness, like, it's like, damn, it's harder to use your stuff. But luckily I go kind of early, so it's never full. It just has sometimes a decent amount of people. But a big thing is that I was trying to get into is showing more meals to eat. So with protein being jacked up right now in price, I'm kind of doing everything I can to not have to overly use this protein. So I will, you know, I got this protein because I originally would take an animal brand. It was protein and carbs in one. So it's kind of like egg whites and oatmeal. You're getting, if you take it as is, it's about 19 servings to 20, and you'll be having 45 of each. All right, so I take, and it's 2 heaping scoops. So I literally just half dose it, and we'll just do, so it's about 22 of each, 22 protein, 22 carbs. I'll throw in 8 ounces of milk, so I have about 30 grams of protein, and just to beef it up a little bit. my bad. I was reading some of these comments. I'm a little thrown off by what some people kind of be saying. But I just wanted to say what's up to everybody that has been showing a little love in the comments. I've been checking it out. So I appreciate y'all. I'm going to be making a couple of videos of just some food recommendations. So one of the things we did yesterday, went to Aldi's and I got my liquid egg whites. Then I got milk. So they have a milk there. It's in like a carton that it's like better quality, and but it's still cow milk in that sense. So it's like less fat, less calories, and more protein. So when an 8-ounce cup is usually, so regular milk, and it's an ounce of milk, you get 1 gram of protein. So this is 8 ounces of milk, you get 14 grams of protein. So this is what I've been doing. I get about a cup of milk, that's 14 grams of protein, and then I have my liquid egg whites. So this is 100%. So this is already fully cooked. So you do not have to cook these. So make sure you get the right egg whites, so you're not having raw eggs per se. So just make sure you're buying the right one, because they're really like the same price. And what I'll do is I would take a little more than half a cup of it, usually about, what was it, like 5 ounces. So 5 ounces is about 17 grams of protein. So then I'm looking at 31 grams of protein between the egg whites and the milk. And it's a little healthier in the sense of less calories and fats and carbs and all that than the regular milk. So it's already 31. I could drink that as is, have it with some oatmeal or something. But what I did on top of that is I'll have a half a scoop of my regular protein powder. So I also do that just so everything digests a little differently, in hopes that, and I'll get 15 grams or so of protein to digest within like an hour or two. Then maybe 3-4 hours, the rest will start digesting. So they kind of digest different times. And then, for me, that's like 43 grams of protein. So that's kind of like a bulk for me. I know some people will be like 60, 70, 80 grams of protein they do with their meals. I mean, I kind of go for meals that are roughly 20 to 30 grams of protein, and then trying to get a couple of those in. But I'm also just like a month back in the gym, already seeing some results. So I'm going to actually start documenting everything a little more, how much my protein intake, my carbs, my workouts, and just kind of show like what's working, maybe a little bit what's not working, and just kind of show it out for everybody else, because I want to get a program going on so I can see like, hey, how did the program actually work for me from day one to the end of it. And then I want to start putting other people on, because I want to get like one skinny person and one big person and just give them a workout routine. Get the skinny person bigger and get the bigger person leaner with more muscle. Of course, it's to help change lives, but it's also, man, you just want to make sure what you're doing, like as much as, I want to make sure that what I'm doing is beneficial for me, but I want to see how it helps other people as well. You good? Because, some stuff might work for me, but not work for somebody else. And that's normal, especially because I do feel like I have a pretty decent metabolism. But, I'm also 31, so my metabolism is going to start deflating a little bit. On the plus side, though, don't got to eat as much. I just got to watch what I'm eating a little more to put the mass on. So, I don't think it's necessarily bad with your immune system, not your immune system, my dumbass. If you're not processing things as quick, because I feel like I don't need to eat as much. Because, man, if I do my 8 ounces of milk, I'm talking about with the better milk I just got from Aldi's, on 8 ounces, 14 grams of protein. Then get my liquid egg whites, doing a little over half a cup. I'll do about 5 ounces, looking at about 17 grams of protein. That's 31 grams of protein right there. Then I'm doing a half a scoop of my protein powder, which is actually pretty fire. It's a vanilla ice cream. And so so it's 25, so it's about 12 grams of protein. So that's why it makes it about 43 grams of protein. So boom, I got a pretty lean shake for the most part with real food for the most part, 43 grams of protein. And then I would, for the most part, I know I'm saying most part a lot right now, would add oatmeal with that. For me, I feel like adding oatmeal directly to the shake, I won't always get the taste I want. So I would really just drink my shake of my 43 grams of protein, and then I would just get some, personally, like instant oatmeal. I like the flavor and I love myself, so I do kind of allow myself to have things like that. Now, obviously, if you're more on a budget, just get yourself the oatmeal that you make the hot water and do the whole process. But what is it called? I don't think it's old-fashioned. There's an oatmeal that's very grainy. It's like smaller little pieces, and that always worked way better for me to make it. Like, I don't know, the thick ones, I've just never really been into it the old-fashioned. Like the taste, the how much you gotta eat, and like I've always over make the oatmeal, and then I can't really like hog it down. So I just give myself the instant packs. Also, another big meal for me that I like to add is I get my Uncle Ben's rice, that 90 seconds microwavable rice with tuna. And I'll have 1 or 2 packs of tuna. Currently, I'm just kind of doing one, so it's about 16 grams of protein. Then with the rice, and the rice has 9 grams of protein. So, I mean, it always kind of varies, but usually I'm kind of looking at like 22, 23, 24 grams of protein with my carbs of like 70 grams. And, you know, I'm working on, and also too, a lot of my big snacks have been like almonds and cashews. Add beef sticks, not so much as Slim Jims, but I try to do like an actual type of like a meat kind of stick thing. And what else? I have to say, I wasn't fully prepared with every little thing I've been eating, but they just kind of help fill in, because like if I have a meal, let's say it's 25 grams of protein, but I want to do a 30-gram meal, you know, I could add a little bit of my almonds or my cashews, like 5 grams, and boom, you know, like that's how I get myself to the point. So I do try to leverage things like that, like you know, the beef sticks, the almonds, cashews. I actually don't. I kind of, for the most part, stay away from peanuts because it's not really the best thing to really be having. Now, I do like peanut butter, so when I cave into peanuts, I usually just have actual either peanut butter or the powder. I do have to get more of the PB powder because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's kind of like magic. One, it helps with flavor, and also a serving, you got like an extra 6 grams of protein. And I feel like that's a great way to turn like a 25 gram protein shake to like a 30 by adding your peanut butter. And I just feel like the price with protein powder nowadays, man, like you almost got to try to figure out more real food, even though I've always been like big on it. But originally I was getting from Animal. So it's like egg whites and oatmeal powder. So I was paying, so it's about 20 servings, but it'd be 45 each. All right, so I was pretty much turning it to 40 servings at like 22 each, and then I add some milk with it, so then it's like 30 grams of protein, and that's kind of just how I did it. So I would get that, those 40 servings for maybe $45, $50. Now that I went to the store, they were like $60 for that thing. See, I don't know what it is. People with corner houses seem to have the worst fences for their dogs. I've noticed that a lot. Like I've seen some people that have like these big fences, but then their dog is digging underneath the fence, and you see their dog's mouth underneath the fence, or it'd be very wide. It's not a privacy fence, so it's very wide in between, and the dog's like putting his whole mouth in the middle of the fence. But one of the plus sides of this belt I've been wearing is exactly that. Hands free. It gives a little more, I feel like, just stability, holding it down. So he kind of has to move me with him. Now, maybe if you're a little person and your dog is big, your dog would knock you on your face. So maybe it's not the best ideal. I find it pretty helpful because then also too, if we jog, which we haven't done that for a while, I'm not gonna lie. But originally I was jogging when I would wear this. And it kind of reminded me like a treadmill, because when I would start getting tired and he's running, he would help push me a little more. Like I'm going slower and it would pull the belt to keep me going. So I've actually have seen a lot of benefits using this gym belt. I would actually like to design my own type behind it. Maybe have like a little area to put your trash into, a little holder for your water bottles. I'd probably make a little better of like a leash. Something that you can also have like a handle there, but then like a handle right here too, so you can kind of hold it with like a little bit of like a bungee to it. And I'm sure they got leashes like that, but I feel like if I can combo that with a belt that can hold things, because pretty much, man, if I give myself some Ray-Ban glasses with the ones with the video, I'm hands-free. I can have the glasses on and videotape me. I got my belt on walking my dog. I can straight up, I could walk around with my water or something. Or, shoot, I can get a little attachment from my belt that holds onto the water. So I don't even gotta hold it. I can just have it attached to me, grab it, drink it, put it back. So that's what I'm kind of like working on. I have a couple of things in mind that I would like to do. But when, funds are low, you gotta sometimes just think about the cheapest thing you can kind of come out with and with the best quality, instead of trying to do something that would be a lot of money to come out with. Oh my gosh, there's a bird nest. We're gonna take a little look, because I actually found a bird egg right here. There was a nest that was broken right here in this tree, which I don't think or it was the other tree. Let me see. All right, I don't see the egg. It was a little blue egg. Let's check the other one real quick, because I've been meaning to check on it, just kind of make sure it's okay. But I don't want to be like touching the egg and doing too much. Yeah, I don't even see the nest anymore. Hopefully somebody has kind of took care of it then, because that nest on the floor was kind of new, but it also didn't look broken. But I don't see the egg on the floor, and it doesn't look like it hatched either. So I'm hoping somebody moved the whole thing to the side somewhere. But man, if I have any of my people in Canada, much love to y'all. My heart truly goes out to all the people and the animals in Canada, man. And I wish America government would help out a little more. It's kind of sad, especially, I don't know, all that forest fire going on. Like in Chicago, it was very smoky. Like yesterday, you could barely even just see in front of you. But today, it's 10 times better in terms of sights. I'm told breathing is still very harsh. Like it's not good for you. It's actually like 91 degrees in Chicago, and the air quality just sucks. But I can't imagine my people in Canada and everything, what they're dealing with. So I'm informing, I'm not complaining, because I couldn't imagine what they're dealing with. And my heart truly goes out to everybody in Canada, people, the animals. And I just wish more would be done. I would say could be done, but no, more could be done. We know that. So I wish more just would be done, especially through the government. But hey, we're too busy butting in with all this shit in Israel to help Canada, right? Sorry, I got distracted. there was a FedEx delivery person that distracted me for a second. But yeah, so stop talking about my love for everybody in Canada and going back to what I was saying. So with the prices with protein powders right now, I'm really just working on a lot of foods that people can put together uh, without having to buy protein. Because we already know that real food is the best. I feel like Rich Piana screamed it up and down. All these other places and companies wouldn't talk about it, and I feel like eventually they came out and said, like, yeah, you should eat real food, but if you can't get it all in, buy our products. Well, I feel like companies back in the day would act like, no, like, you need our protein powder, or like, even though they on steroids and shit, they would be like, oh, you want to be like me, you got to have this protein powder and this pre-workout, and that's just not the truth. So I do like how things kind of changed with real food and trying to push people eating actual food. And that's what I'm trying to do too, because I'm getting back into the gym. I've been in the gym for like a month now, and as much as I'm buying more supplements and things, I'm not trying to overly just waste my money with shit. And I've talked to y'all about it, so you guys don't gotta waste your money. And obviously, if you want to buy these certain things, go ahead. Like I do like having a protein powder to have right after the gym, get in you as soon as possible. I was originally taking an animal product, which was egg whites and like oatmeal. It was carbs and protein in one. Bane, let's go back this way. This is my boy Bane, by the way. Bane, my good boy, about 12 years old, my senior Pity Lab mix. Such a cool boy. We be walking. I'm just trying to give him the best life I can right now. And this live is actually getting kind of long. I like to go in soon. Ooh, I'm so hot. I actually have a dog poop scoop service to do. It's a little business that I have. But the biggest thing is right now just actual food. So that's why I've been getting 43 grams of protein in by getting 6 ounces of egg whites, of liquid egg whites that are already cooked, ready to go in your carton. And then I have this milk from Aldi's that has extra protein and stuff in it, less calories, less carbs than your average milk, which is pretty awesome. So 8 ounces of that's 14 grams of protein. So when I take that with the 17 grams of the egg whites, I got 31 grams of protein. And I could just have it as is. But since I got some protein powder, I've been stacking it with half a scoop. So adding about another 12 grams of protein. So I'm at about 43 grams of protein. Then I eat some oatmeal. You have 2-3 packets. And then you got a little protein from that. So it's easy to be about 45 grams of protein. And then depending on, if I had, then the oatmeal is about 25 grams of carbs for each one. But much love. I appreciate any likes, follows, everything above. I'm about to get going. But I have some actual meal and workout videos and meals to help y'all get your protein, your carbs in coming soon. Oh, I didn't mean to make my video go away, but I gotta let y'all go. So if you like this kind of stuff, definitely follow, check it out later. Just check out another video, see if you like it or not. Much love. Bane says peace.